Hello, family and friends, lovers and haters. The one and only Quan X here. Today I wanted to make a video discussing on the importance and the impact on the environment and the environment on which plays a role in how it affects not only yourself but other people and et cetera, et cetera. And everything is your environment. You live with your parents, that's your environment. Your friends, your environment. Your community is your environment. Your friends, your environment. Hell, you know what I mean? Social media, hell, even that's your environment, even though it's a virtual environment. And then people, I feel like, underestimate the importance of environment and how the environment affects everything. And it affects you consciously, spiritually, you know what I mean? Psychologically. And I just feel like people don't talk about it enough. And like, if you're around a toxic environment, I don't care how strong-willed-minded you are, you're going to get affected by that somehow. Or if your environment is good and you're a bad person, you're going to somehow, in some way, get some good traits from the environment. And obviously I have to spill in some of my personal life experiences. And I realized that whenever I was around people that really had like no plan, no goal, no drive to really accomplish anything in life, and I was surrounding myself with people like that, my vibrational frequency and my connection to the universe was down. You know what I mean? I found myself being more lazy, more more like compliant with just being how I was and not really wanting to grow. Like, obviously I've always wanted to grow, but it's like when you're around people that's all they want to do is just relax and chill and just live like the third dimensional way, you're not going to want to do anything because that's all you're around. And of course, and then I have to flip the coins when I'm around people that are better than me, smarter than me, more jacked than me, more intelligent than I am. That's when I found myself truly being motivated to want to push myself in all aspects of life. And people have complaints and they're like, why can't I become successful in any realm of endeavor that you want to improve upon? It doesn't have to necessarily just be about money or about financials or about getting women or whatever you want to improve upon. I feel like you just need to improve or join a new environment. And I'm not saying you have to move and go to a whole new environment, but hell, start putting yourself in scenarios where you're in environments that you want to be in. And it's really not hard. You don't have to have a car. You don't have to have really public transportation, because if it's something that you truly want, you want to make excuses for it in the first place. So, like, for instance, if you want to become a millionaire, because I know everybody loves money. People love the concept of money. If you want to be around millionaires, you need to surround yourself with people that are either millionaires already or that know millionaires. And so that you can grow and so that you can be part of that club. Or just like if you want to go to the gym and get muscles, go with somebody that's in shape. Go with somebody that that got trained by a guy that got in shape. Right? Or like, I can go on forever and ever. But I don't have time for that. But it's just like your environment literally molds who you are in all endeavors of life. And this is kind of going to spill on to my next topic, and it's about when you're in an environment, you have to network. You have to network in order to grow. You cannot be shy. You cannot be like, oh, my environment has these people. It's like, I want to be part of this environment, but this person's here, or I might be judged. Listen, you're going to be judged regardless. But guess what? If you're with the right environment that you want to be part of, you don't have to worry about being judged, because they were worked at that particular space and time as well. You don't think that the masters of any field that you're trying to, accomplish, they weren't beginners as well? They were just where you were, probably nervous at first to ask about questions, but they realized it was the only way. And to be honest, it is the only way if you truly want to be a master at any endeavor that you want to do. You have to network. You have to get yourself out this bubble, and you have to be part of your environment. Hell, sometimes even just doing things simple as doing community work could be the spark that you needed to join a positive environment. You know what I mean? The environment molds you, just how, like, for a lot of us black people, we're put into these confined, I like to call them cages, the ghettos, the hoods, the projects, and it's generational mold in our consciousness to think that that's how life is, and that's the environment. Trap, sell drugs, get girls pregnant, fuck bitches. That's the generational mold that the oppressors have put upon us. But again, that shows the power of environment. Do you think that we put black people in well-secured neighborhoods with proper funding, proper education, proper parent households, that we would be last place when it comes to us being on the racial pole? No, hell no, we wouldn't be. Or if you put Asians in a ghetto for about a year, no, not a year, like 10 years plus, that they would just still be like typical like math nerds? Hell no, they would adapt. And that's another thing about the environment, is you subconsciously, not consciously, you subconsciously start adapting it. The tendencies, the slang, the way you move, the way you dress, the way your behavior starts becoming like those of the environment that you want. So you have to be very cautious and very wary of what environment that you're in, and then taking the current knowledge that you have of what environment you're currently in and seeing if that aligns with your goals, your aspirations, and what you truly want to be in life. Because if it doesn't, you need to get the fuck out of there, or else you're just going to keep going deeper down that rabbit hole, and you're going to be stagnant. You're not going to grow as a person. Or if you are happy with the growth that you're seeing, and you're in a pretty good environment, and you're with positive people and people that, want to see you grow and succeed, then stay there. However, though, don't be afraid to sometimes even network outside of the current community that you're in, because then maybe you can grow your current environment, your current community even more, and expand it even more, creating just a bigger web of people that you're trying to be around. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people complain that they're alone, like, oh, there's nobody like me, and there's nobody that can understand me. And I was a victim of this when I was younger. I thought I was the weirdo. I thought I was the outcast. I thought I didn't fit into society because I've always, have had different thoughts than the norm of society. And as I've matured and I've grown as a man, I realized that we really ain't different. Like, nobody's really different from anybody else. It's just you haven't, again, been part of your environment. You haven't went out there and really have sought out to see if you really are different. And you're not different. You're not different. obviously you might have different variations. You may have different, you might be a variation, but you're not different. There's somebody for everybody. For instance, you got the jocks, you got the nerds, you got the conscious people, you got the drug dealers, you got the hood dudes, you got the ballers, you know what I mean? You got the basketball players, you got the athletes. The list goes on and on and on. So don't think that you're alone. It's just about being in your thoughts, taking a step back, being conscious of where you are currently in your life, and seeing whether the environment that you're currently in aligns with where you want to be in your life. Not where someone else wants, but you. You have to look around. Sometimes just take a peek. Do that Mr. Smith shit. And he's like, have you ever just stared at it? Nah, but sometimes you just gotta go look. You know what I mean? Just look. Like, damn. When I wake up, or when I open my tab, when I open an Instagram, or when I open up whatever, fuck. Am I in the environment? Am I in the appropriate environment for where I need to be? Ask yourself that question every day, so that you don't get lost in your path, so that you don't wake up wondering why. Because then you won't be alone, because you'll have fellow other people that are on the same type of mentality that you are. I feel like this is something that could easily solve I'd say about 85% of people's questions about why they do certain things, or what predetermines their actions subconsciously. You know what I mean? So that's all I wanted to say. Remember, examine your environment, see what you want. I love you all. Stay positive. Quan X is out. And